John, Joel, so great to meet you guys.
Hello,
It's great to
Holly.
meet you, Holly.
I have a ton of questions, so hopefully I can get all the way through them. Starting with you, John, you're an author, you are a speaker. I'm curious, what gave you the courage to move your story from speaking and writing to the film world?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a son. Like I have so many, in my mind, better titles than author and speaker and film star at this point. But what gave me the courage is years ago, I was in the back row of a church and the pastor challenged us to say yes to being used for good.
Hmm.
At that point in my life, I'm 28. I was not saying yes to being used for good. And that led me on this journey of first speaking and then writing and then fully embracing the scars. And then in 2017, when our executive producer, now her name's Linda, came up to me in a book signing line in Vegas, asked me the question, could I turn your story into a movie? And my guttural response was no. Like, who's going to watch it? I would fall asleep and I'd leave halfway through. No, you can't do that. But years earlier, I was challenged by a pastor to say yes. And I said, yeah, I said, go for it. And I didn't really think she would do it. So miracles happen as we are now witnessing. She has done it. And I'm so grateful that they've turned this broken story that has been redeemed into a story that others around the world can watch and be blessed through.
I saw lots of moments of that's impossible. There's no way that that kid or that young man is going to do those things. For you, what made this seemingly impossible possible?
When you're doing it, it seems like you are. Or when you're doing it, it seems like your network is. When you're doing it, it seems like it's your good planning. Looking back on it, you realize it's really none of those things. It's God's hand. I'm not smart enough or sharp enough or connected enough or wealthy enough or hardworking enough to get any of this done. It led, not only surviving a fire, like I should not have lived at age 9, but I struggle, I'm inarticulate, candidly. I struggle with self-worth and self-doubt. And so for this kid to survive, to struggle physically, and then to find himself on some of the biggest stages in the world, that's not me. That is God's hand working through others and guiding me forward.
Speaking of impossible, Joel, I had to go and look more images up for you because I thought, how is he looking and moving and just carrying that emotional weight that I'd imagine John was carrying during those times? So, for you as an actor, how did you prepare to get into the role of and the shoes of John?
Yeah. Thanks for the question. Uh, it is an incredible, uh, just number of John's speeches that are online, and I encourage everyone to go and watch as many as you can. He is so encouraging and uplifting, and just heart forward and loving on people. And so I watched hours and hours and hours of John speaking online
It
on
aged him
replay.
significantly. Poor guy. Just bless his heart.
I watched his videos. I listened to his book. We talked on the phone. We did a couple
Yeah.
Zooms. We became very good friends. He was on set with us for almost 100% of
Right.
filming, as much as you could
Wow.
be, you wanted to be there for. And that was a huge blessing to us, and to have him on set and encouraging us. And then you can also, you have him there to ask him questions like, how did this go down? Like, how do you do this? I remember we were doing pool, and you showed me how you shoot pool, and stuff like that. Is just, I tried to embody him and take on his journey and the circumstances that he lived through, and just do my best.
He just so you know, he did such a great job for your listeners that my team, I'm a motivational speaker. They now say, if you get laryngitis or you just stop showing up for work, we'll just call Joel. Like they used to be worried about my life. Now they have no concern.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
call Joel.
There you go. You got a backup, a sub in. How was the makeup process? How long was that for you? Because it was
Uh,
so realistic. I just thought, did something happen to Joel?
no, our makeup team was incredible. We worked really, really hard on the makeup to get the scars right. How we wanted it to look on camera, and the makeup team really just deserves all the credit. They did an incredible job. It was about an hour and 15 minutes every morning, about 15 minutes at the end of the day to take it off. And not only putting the scars on and taking them off, but they also kept my skin healthy during filming,
Mm.
so
Yeah.
that I wouldn't have any sort of like irritations or rashes. Because when you're putting on glue every single
Yeah.
day, and then you're using like nail polish remover to take it. I'm sure there's something more sophisticated that we use, but I mean that's basically what it is, to
Yeah.
remove glue and to keep my skin healthy and clear, so that we could continue to put it on every single day.
Yeah.
They really deserve a huge amount of honor and praise in that they were amazing.
John, did you sneak into the film at all?
Well, your viewers will enjoy this one day, but yes, there's a scene where Joel Courtney, who is not the most academically inclined, portraying John O'Leary, stumbles into his graduation, and the dean of students, you may recognize him actually as the actual John O'Leary. So there's a sweet moment in the film about halfway through when the dean of students calls out the name John O'Leary, and that's me speaking. And then Joel comes up, grabs his diploma, shakes my hand, and then walks off the stage.
Hmm.
It was a
I
great
love
moment.
that. I love the phrase, why me? I just think
Mhm.
it's such a powerful 2 words. I'm curious for you, John, was there a specific moment where your why me went from the why me to the why me?
Right. So I still wrestle with that. I think in the film, you have to make it seem more like left or right, black and white. The reality is that it's a daily choice.
Mm.
But the specific turning point for me was when I was 10, getting ready to go back to school. So for your listeners, man, I got burned on 100% of my body, should have died, end up at home 5.5 months later, go back to school a year after that. But I know I won't fit in. And I know I'm less than everyone else. And I know my hands, fingers have been amputated, will struggle with everything. So my question to my dad that night, who is my hero, was, why me? Why me? And my dad listened and reflected and talked about God's grace and went on, but none of it resonated. And then finally, my dad shuts the bedroom door, comes back in, pushes down on my thighs and says, John, darn it, why not you? This terrible thing has happened. And if you want to be a victim to it for the rest of your life, have at it. And then he said, or you can be a victor. You can choose to embrace this gift. And every room we roll you into, or maybe God willing, one day you walk into, people will look up in awe at what you've overcome and what you're doing now. And then he said, victim or victor, your choice, not mine. And that idea of asking the question, why me, as a victim or a victor, is not only one that faced the 10-year-old going back to school or the 48-year-old about to do this interview, but all of us every day of our lives. Will you be in this moment a victim or a victor? And the way you answer that also determines how you answer the question, why me? One of self-pity or one of recognizing that God is working in your life right now?
Amazing. Guys, thank you so much for taking time to share about the film and your own journey.
Thanks, Hollie.
Thank you.